Normally, new poker players can't help but have big stars in their eyes in the beginning as they dream of winning life-changing sums of money. They see their inspiration poker players bringing in millions during events and tournaments, but many rookie players don't see the big losses that some of these players suffer. Every great poker opportunity usually comes with the chance of losing a considerable chunk of change. Today we will be looking at some of the biggest poker losses of all time. Victor Blom. Around everyone in the poker world knows the infamous story of Victor Isildur I Blom. He took the high-stakes community by storm by taking up any opponent who would give him action. And for a while, Blom, whose identity was not known at the time, was crashing the game. But every fairy tale ends, and that's what happened with Victor. After winning around $7 million in a short period of time, his downswing started. Blom then dropped all of it back before disappearing for some time. The collection of his losses was caused by Townsend, who teamed up with some other players to break his games to bits and come up with the most effective way against the Swedish method. Unlike others, Blom didn't give up. He recovered his bankroll again and was back playing high stakes in no time. Blom was never able to repeat his actual run, but after everything, and with the inglorious finish, he is still one of the biggest legends of online poker. D-Dang. One of the most highly rated and consistent high-stakes online players, even D-Dang couldn't avoid a slump. At the beginning of 2009, D-Dang managed to lose $2.6 million. In 2011, he decided to take a step back from the table and put the majority of his time into his business. Ben Sulsky. Ben Sulsky started off competing in online free-roll tournaments, and he did not include any sort of cash when he first started playing. But with time, he went out to get $3,000 and lost $1,200 in one night. And rightfully so. This loss hit him hard. Because of that, he had stopped playing. But he returned after 2 years only to lose $1,000. Sulsky then put in $1,000 and started playing 10 cents and 25 cents with bankroll management rules of 25 to 30 buy-ins. Sulsky's winning streak started from this point on. Ben became one of the best players in No Limit Hold'em Up as the Pot Limit Omaha, and then started having trouble locating action as other poker players competed against him. Ben won at the World Series of Poker in 2013 with a $10,000 No Limit Hold'em heads-up event. Sulsky shines best in online cash games. He rarely played in live tournaments. In the World Series of Poker in 2015, he started playing more of a live tournament circuit. He took 4th position in the $100,000 one-drop tournament along with the $50,000 Poker Players Championship with a staggering amount of $1,400,000. In 2012, Ben had a successful year with around $4 million in winnings, but the succeeding year was the opposite. But in 2013, he lost all poker earnings with the loss of $3 million. Patrick Antonius. Patrick Antonius is another name you may be familiar with if you are in the poker world. Antonius is one of the best known and most successful players. Losing $1 million may seem huge, but it's not a big deal in the games Patrick is used to, and his decision was based on something other than the number of buy-ins he had lost. Instead, Finn realized that online poker had changed almost instantly with the introduction of all kinds of poker software, and that it was a whole different game. The poker player could have spent some time learning how to use solvers and trackers himself and keep up. However, he thought that he was better leaving the virtual felt to others and focusing on live games where it is just you and your rival staring you from across the table. Maureen OConnor. Maureen OConnor served as the mayor of San Diego at the time of her biggest gambling loss. $13 million is no doubt a lot of money, but knowing that she gambled over $1 billion, it is quite impressive that she had her losses so low. O'Connor's gambling habit was a serious one, and to the extent that she had to take $2 billion from her second husband's charity foundation to only spend it all at once on video poker. Harry Cacavas. Like Maureen OConnor, former Australian billionaire Harry Cacavas' loss of $20.5 million is minimal when you consider he gambled $1.43 billion. His losses racked up over 2 years between 2012 and 2013, mainly at the Crown Casino in Melbourne. When faced with the results of his gambling, he tried to sue the Crown at the High Court of Australia because they exploited his pathological urge to gamble. But he did not win the case, and the judge stated Harry capable of rational decision-making. But Cacavas had a gambling addiction that went back many years. In 1998, the poker player spent 4 months in jail for defrauding a big Australian company of $220,000, using the money to fund his poker problem. Harry, a regular at the Crown Casino, saw this as his rock bottom and excluded himself from gambling there. However, he could not seem to keep himself away from the tables, and then was later spotted losing millions in Las Vegas. Then the Crown Casino allegedly enticed Harry back to their tables, leading to the ongoing losses. So is the Crown wrong? Well, we will leave you to make up your own mind. Phil Galfond. The man who went by the username OMG Clay Aiken started playing in 2008 and made more than $8 million from playing poker online. When the 2-7 triple draw game became popular on the poker scene, he began playing and losing a lot. Galfond's memory to play a new game saw him lose nearly $2.5 million. Paul Fua. The Malaysian-Chinese businessman as well as professional poker player is a casino VIP party promoter organizing high-venture gambling in Macau. He is famously known as a legend in the gambling world. In 2006, Fua worked with Steve Wynn, the owner, to make Wynn's businesses successful. He allegedly made himself a net worth of around $400 million. He then started playing the Texas Hold'em in his 40s. Las Vegas cash games started transferring to Macau, and notable players like Tom Don, John Wanda, Phil Ivey, Patrick Antonius, and Chao Giang started playing there. In 2011, other great professional poker players started to join Macau's games, which helped Paul learn. In the year 2012, he later joined the World Series of Poker and managed to win $1 million in the big 1-for-1 drop event. In the same year, he also won the £100,000 high roller in London in a heads-up play, earning him $1,621,297. Then in the year 2016, he won the one-drop extravaganza 100,000 euros super high roller in heads-up play that made him a bankroll of $827,722. He has played over 49,000 hands in online gaming, and his present online losses amount to almost $4.6 million. Guy Lalibre. Guy Lalibre is a famous poker player and the founder as well as former CEO of Circuit du Soleil. At the WSOP, he helped to arrange the big 1-for-1 drop tournament and profited from the One Drop Foundation. Lalibre's wealth is estimated to cross $2 billion. Lalibre is believed to have different names online such as Lady Marmalade, Zifferin, Noatamia, and Palatino. His losses of these aliases are almost over $26 million. Also, he was wronged by the full tilt policy of borrowing big amounts of money from their sponsored financiers, as it was free rolling in games against him. Guy Lalibre is considered to be the biggest loss bearer in poker to date. Brian Townsend. Brian Townsend's fall from grace is a sad one. In 2010, he was down more than $2.5 million. Determined to change his fortunes, he continued at it but lost a further $2 million. He has been seen playing little poker since. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed today's video and found it interesting, then make sure to leave us a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to be always updated with the most exciting content as soon as it's uploaded. Thank you for watching. See you again soon in another video.